Welcome back, welcome to a historic County Gains live stream. This one is huge today, guys. We have a huge live stream today. This one is massive, guys. So obviously, you guys see the title of the video. Congratulations to the man himself, Mr. Donald J. Trump, winning the 2024 USA presidential election. We're going to be reacting to a whole bunch of content today. So if you don't enjoy that stuff, guys, make sure to click off and, go do something else, because this is going to be basically a full live stream of that. Yeah, so I'm watching a bunch of different reactors and people talking about it online. Bunch of different, YouTube channels. The news is talking about it consistently. And it's crazy to see the divide, guys. And I feel as well that Twitter, Facebook, just right off the bat, guys, I feel like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram is super quiet. Like, it used to be real divisive and angry and all this stuff, but it is so quiet right now, guys. I mean, it is unbelievable. I don't know what's happened. All you have is Andrew Tate telling women, get in the kitchen. If you're a woman that follows me, get in the kitchen. He's like trolling people. Because Donald Trump took over, get in the kitchen. Bro, we're making gains. Look at this, bro. You guys can see the cap delts, bro. Like, we're making gains. Like, today's a good day, guys. I don't know why people get so upset about something so small as the U.S. presidential election. It only sets the tone for the next 4 years. But no, guys, I'm kind of half trolling. Like, you guys know, man, I'm a bit of a troll when it comes to the whole YouTube thing. Like, I obviously live by YouTube. It's my favorite thing ever. And to see just such divisiveness is so kind of upsetting, guys. Like, it's like, dude, how does a man who you don't even know, who you'll never meet, in a country that you'll probably never live in, because I'm Irish, because I can't just move to America, why do people get so upset about it? It's kind of unbelievable. But yeah, hopefully today, guys, we actually get to proper see what is going to go on, guys, for the next little while. I really think that this is a massive change. I wanted to react to this video. Give that a like, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. We're going to continue with the reactions. We're actually going to react to a few different people today. Now, I was watching these guys. I want to react to this video again after the whole Trump stuff. They basically talk about how they're quitting reacting, and they have 300,000 subscribers. I'm a big guy with reacting. I love the reactions, guys. I really want to keep doing these reactions and really try and like push them as much as I can. A whole bunch of different content that I have coming as well, so don't worry, don't fret. We have a ton of content coming, guys. And yeah, if you're into personal training, man, leave me a message on Instagram. If you're into any sort of whatever YouTube stuff, YouTube extra content, make sure to subscribe to my Patreon. Top comment here from Lebanon. Doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter that much, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know, like, a lot of people think it matters, like it's the end of the world type of thing. If you don't live in America, and I know when America, they do anything, the rest of the world kind of, has to basically agree to it, because they're the most violent country. They have the biggest military. Like, we basically bow down to them, unfortunately. But at the same time, guys, if you don't live in the US, like, I'm sure it won't make a major difference to your life. You know what I'm saying? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. We're gonna watch this video. I haven't watched any mainstream news about this, but hey, might as well do a few videos on it. As much as this live stream will last for the camera, my camera's so screwed up, guys. I'm in the process of buying a new one, and my laptop as well. I'm in the process of buying a new laptop. But yeah, let's see, guys. Now, let's get my take on it first, man. So the whole thing about Donald Trump is, Donald Trump, guys, obviously divisive guy, MAGA, Make America Great Again. And in 2016, I predicted that he was going to win, okay? Easily, guys. Because you could kind of see, I stay on the internet, I stay on social media, so it kind of was pretty easy to predict that he was going to win. Like, everybody knew it. I actually had this one teacher, I had this one lecturer in college. I joined college in 2015. He won in 2016, wasn't it? And literally, bro, like, oh my God. This big, like, heavy teacher, I'll never forget. we actually like were arguing and shit, not about this topic, but we used to argue about other shit. But she ran into the college lecture hall and she was like, oh my god, she was literally the meme. She was like, no, like, and I'm like, yo, like, chill out, you know. I was like, what's wrong? And she's like, Donald Trump got elected. And I was like, well, here's the thing, dude. It's not that big of a deal. Like, okay, if you're in America, it sets the tone, and I mean, it is a big deal, guys. Let's be honest, it is a big deal. But you know, it sets the tone for the next few years. But this teacher, I almost said her name there, lecturer, I should say. She was just the biggest bitch ever, guys. And some of the people that didn't like her, did like her, I hated. And it kind of gives you a bad impression, because then you're like, do I have to like this guy? Do I not want to like this guy? People kind of influence the way you think about people. At least I get influenced by people, the way other people think about different things. But it was crazy. She was like crying for the whole... She was literally in tears. Like, this guy is ruining the country. And I'm like, well, first of all, just put it to you straight, guys. Trump's first, run, the first 4 years were unbelievable. Just in my eyes, guys. Just for things that I care about. I don't really care about the whole woke stuff. Of course, that comes with it. That comes later on. But stuff that impacts you directly. Petrol was super cheap. Petrol was ridiculously cheap. And stuff that I care about, right? So, what was the other stuff that was kind of good about it? Obviously, there's a bunch of negative shit. I'm not going to even get into... You guys can see all the other YouTubers talk about the negative shit, of course. But the good shit, everything was cheap as hell. So, hopefully, I'm kind of counting on him to make shit cheap again. Okay? Make America great again. Make the world, like, cheap again. You know, because the inflation has just gone through the roof. It's gone crazy. So, hopefully, he can do something about that, guys. If he does do something about that, I'll be happy. If not, then, you know, it's kind of a bit of a waste. And also, for me, being a YouTube guy on the internet, the whole social media kind of thing, I do the personal training, I run my own... I'm a small business. I run my own small businesses. You know, he definitely set the precedence for zero censorship. Him and Elon Musk, okay? They're going to clean house, right? He said he's going to get rid of, like, 80% of the government or something crazy. Like, that wouldn't be a bad thing, guys. So there are certain things, and this is what I said to my lecture in 2016. I said to her, listen, relax, stay calm, okay? She was like, ah! Like, straight up, she was the meme. You know that meme, like, no! She was that meme, right? I was like, relax, he has some good policies. And then we kind of got into it. Now, he may be a bit of a crackpot and stuff like that. That's fine, you can say what you want, guys. In my personal opinion, people's emotions are different, guys. But hey, that's him. I'm me. People might say weird shit about me. That's him. I'm not going to insult a man, you know what I mean, for the way he speaks or whatever, you know, whatever the case he does. But he had some great policies, guys, like zero censorship. With Twitter, I don't know if Kamala got elected, guys. I'm not really sure that Twitter would be around for much longer. I just don't know, guys. I don't personally think that Twitter would be around for much longer. I think that the whole shift of the internet would have gone really, really woke. Like, you know, and this is the things that I care about. You see, you guys may care about other shit, and I don't care about that shit. The two things I care about is money, okay, and censorship, okay? For me, like, in America, it may be, like, the guns that you care about. Like, I don't give a shit about guns. Like, why would I care? I'm not from America, okay? I'm from Ireland. Look at this beautiful land of the free, land of the shamrocks, and home of the leprechauns, okay? I'm not from the land of the free, home of the brave. We're from the land of the shamrocks and leprechauns and Guinness, all right? You know what I mean? So, and protein shakes, right? So it doesn't make a huge difference to me. What makes a huge difference to me is the censorship and making shitloads of money. You understand? Oh, a sec, guys. I'm getting a call. Yo, I'm doing a live stream, baby. I'll chat soon. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, guys. You know what I mean? Like, those are the two things that matter to me, okay? You understand? So it's like, you gotta understand, guys, whatever matters to you, I get why people can be pissed off, okay? I'm not stupid, you know? And also, I don't think Donald Trump is 100% good. I can't say what I want to say, obviously, here, you know, even on the internet, guys, to say stuff that, why I don't think he's that great. But he said he was gonna end some wars. Now, does that matter too much to me? Yeah, we live in a society. We don't want to be at war with each other. Let's love each other more, guys. Why can't we love each other more than fighting all the time? You know, in Ukraine, he might end that war in Ukraine and Russia, and he might end the war in the Middle East as well. So there are a good few things. He said the first 2 days in office he'll end those wars. Now, it's been the first day, no war has been ended, but hopefully in the next few days he does do that. So there's a few good things, right? Like I said, guys, I'm not a big, massive Trump guy. I know there's a lot of people in the comments saying that they're big Trump people. I actually have a lot of people that follow me that are big Trump people. Guys, I don't love any man, okay, apart from my, apart from my family, apart from my dad and my brothers and some of my friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't really look up to men like that no more. Maybe when I was under 25, it's cool to be obsessed with people, Eminem and all this type of stuff. But you really find out that the heroes in your eyes, eventually, are kind of losers. And I'm not saying that Donald Trump is, but I'm just saying, guys, don't worship people, because you'll end up being very, very unhappy. I'll just say it that way. Especially because Eminem, was talking about censorship in a Kamala Harris rally, when free speech, when it's like obvious that Kamala was going to get rid of free speech. Like, it just seemed a little bit. So those are the things that I care about. Obviously, if you guys care about different shit, it is what it is. So, but let's see what the what is it, CNN, Sky News, let's see what they talked about.
I just want to cross to our chief election analyst Tom Connell again for an update. Tom.
Chris, the blue wall is broken, and I'll show you what this means in a moment. Pennsylvania, I told you we needed a bit more of the vote to come in. We've got it. You can see the total vote now in Pennsylvania, 91, nearly 92% counted, 3.4% the margin, or more than 200,000 votes. The current rate in terms of the votes remaining, that's not going to close enough. That's going to be a clear win to Donald Trump. So he carries Pennsylvania. That's another one that he's flipped. When we go now to our overall results, we colour it in and we see that Pennsylvania is now going to be Donald Trump's going to win that presidential election, 267. So what's to come? How does he get there? Yes, there's the rest of the blue wall. There's Arizona, there's Nevada. He's a strong chance in all of those. But before that, we get to little Alaska. Yes, Alaska. It's obviously a Republican hold. We just want to make sure nothing strange is happening. We've already got 26% of the vote. We've got Donald Trump clearly ahead. This is just something the Republicans don't lose. So we also have a victory for Donald Trump in Alaska.
I mean, that is a huge margin, 20%. I mean, I'll talk after, guys. I don't want to be talking too goddamn much, but I guess that is what I do on the internet, is talk, right?
What does that mean? The race to 270, well, that is now over. Donald Trump wins the state of Alaska, and as a result, Donald Trump is once again going to be the president of the United States.
Extraordinary stuff, Tom. Thanks for that, Tom Connell. There, we call it here on Sky News. Donald Trump has won the 2024 election. He'll be the first American president to lose office in an election, stay out of office for 4 years, come back and win the next election to return to the White House for a second term. The last American president to do that was Grover Cleveland in 1892. This is an extraordinary turn of events. I want to go back to the US Capitol, Washington, D.C., and pick this up with Kristen Tate and Paul Murray.
I don't understand, like, Australian accents whatsoever. That's the one accent. Like, I understand the British accent, but I don't understand an Australian accent. I don't understand kind of like a lot of the words that they're saying,
We talked a bit, Kristen, about the media and the left and how they should be ashamed about how they've facilitated all this, if you like. We'll get back to that in a while, because it deserves some examination. But talk to me about Trump's supporters. His base has stuck with him through thick and thin, and has been demonised by sometimes their fellow citizens, and certainly by the nation's elite, for a decade.
Well, of course, and I think the attacks on Trump supporters from the media and the left, though, have lost a little bit of their venom. I mean, at this point, you turn on the television and you see these talking heads trying to demonize Trump supporters or Trump, and calling Trump and his supporters Hitlerian, and people just kind of roll their eyes and yawn at this point. They have been ringing these false alarm bells on the media about Trump being a dictator and all of his supporters being complicit in that for years. And guess what? Trump was in office for 4 years. We were able to see how he governed. The whole Trump is a dictator thing just doesn't really add up. We have no history to support that claim. Yeah. So I think it kind of rolls off the back of a lot of his supporters now. But of course, they're extremely excited tonight. They were successful in getting the numbers they needed and convincing people who didn't vote for Trump in 2020 that this messaging from the media is a lie.
Let's talk about it. Hold up. Let's talk about it from a purely, business standpoint, guys. Like a marketing standpoint. Like if people, like, he has the hats. He has the phrase "Make America Great Again." Like all these different things, guys. They add to your brand. So then they kind of make you bigger. He has famous phrases. He has. The way he speaks is different. Like, if you're different, than everybody else, you know, even if you're not that much better, I mean, or not good at all, you know, you'll gather like a following, and it's crazy to think, right? And not to take anything away from Trump and all that stuff. I know people like him, but bro, like they could have ran anybody else. If they ran like The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson or something, right? People would have appreciated that more. Like it felt like people didn't want to vote for her. You know, it felt like people, and millions of people did, obviously. But it was a bit of a landslide in the end, right? I remember I Googled it last night, and it was USA Today results. And watch this for a graph, lads. Like, this is a wild graph. I mean, I was watching this last night, and in the beginning, Kentucky, he took Kentucky, like, landslide. Of course, that's, you know, that's a really red state. And then he took Indiana, and then he took a few other places like Ohio, and he took a few other places, and then it just started just going landslide, like Florida. Boom, 56. Then in Texas, 57. And these are all obviously red Republican places, and he kind of was going. And then it was like, wow, like even in the, okay, yeah, Washington was very, very heavy. So all along the West Coast is very heavy for Kamala, and obviously along the East Coast as well, and some places in the Southwest as well. But yeah, it was just a crazy, like, I remember in the beginning, it was just wild to see the amount of votes. So he got actually a lot. He got nearly 300. And she had 220, 225. Yeah, it was just a wild. I remember watching this live last night. It was actually crazy. But let's see what some of the... I won't stick on this topic for too long. I apologize to the people. I just want to react to a whole bunch of different videos in this live stream. But, yeah, that was a crazy, crazy election last night. 72 million votes, sorry. And she got 67 million votes. So he got 72 and she got 67. So what's that? 5 million more votes. You know, in a country that's 350 million. It's kind of a lot, guys. That's kind of a lot. Like that's 5 million. It feels like guys, like I was listening to a lot of different people online. They were saying that way more people were coming out to vote. And like I say, guys, if they just ran anybody else, even you could see when Joe Biden ran against Trump, you could see the landslide coming. You could see very easily that she was going to win, or that he was going to win, Joe Biden was going to win. But then you could call this from like a year or two out. Like even last year, I was like, yeah, Trump probably win this one. Because if you stay on social media and you just hear the way people think, if you just see the way the tide is going, you just see the way people are thinking, people are talking, it really does show up. You know, it really does show up differently. So let's see exactly what CNN said. So this is obviously more of a left type of news reporting. So let's see what they have to say.
And this joining us, as well as Scott Jennings. I want to hear from both of you. Ashley, obviously this is not the outcome you had hoped for. What do you think? What are you looking at about what went wrong?
Well, I think she wasn't able to put the coalition together she needed to in each of the states. It was never going to look the same, but we've always talked about this would be on the margins. So if you pull off even 1% of one of your base constituencies, which he was able to do he was able to do in many of them, you were not going to be able to keep that state or hold that state. And so, I've heard a lot of people talk about the conversations we need to have, and I think we do need to have conversations as a party, but the conversation that I want to have are for people who showed up and voted for Kamala Harris and tell them to hold their head up high. I remember in 2016 having to walk back into the White House today, and I was embarrassed to go to work because I feel like I had failed our country. You know, despair is not the time to lose hope. It is the time to dig down, to do some soul searching and fight for a better day. Many of the communities that are most vulnerable and that are really afraid right now, the trans community, immigrants, people of color, even if there's polling or outcomes that are showing that some people of color voted for Donald Trump, you're worthy, you're visible, you're not alone. And so you can feel what you feel right now, but we have to do work to protect the most vulnerable. And we can and we will. And then for the people who did support Donald Trump, we've sat on this network and people have said the things that he said about retribution and about going after his enemies. That's not what he really meant. So in moments when he does that, it's your responsibility to hold him accountable and not let him do that and not let him undermine the democracy, because it is bigger than him. This is not his country. It is our country. He just happened to be most likely elected to run it for 4 years.
Scott, what do you expect the next couple months to be like once he's in?
Well, look, he has an opportunity here to try to unite the country after a huge victory. And this is a mandate. He's won the national popular vote for the first time for a Republican, for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, the only two good things that were good in 2016 when I was in college is making loads of money. Like, everything was super cheap. The petrol was cheap, all this type of stuff. We were talking about that with my friends last day. Petrol was cheap, food was cheap. There was much more money in circulation, and just the free speech of the censorship. Everything else, guys, I don't really care about. I mean, I couldn't. I'm not even American. So how the hell could you, how can you care about that stuff? If you're American, obviously you're going to care a lot more about other things, right?
Fix immigration, try to get crime under control, try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is...
See, some of that stuff, most of that stuff doesn't matter to an Irish guy. Like, it just doesn't matter, right? The fix crime in America, like, it doesn't really matter in Europe, right? So like that, so then we don't care here in Europe, right? So most of the issues that they're talking about are American issues. You know what I mean?
There's a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. They're not garbage. They're not Nazis. They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids. And
that was another one of the kind of marketing points, one of the branding points that Trump did. He showed up in the garbage truck saying, "Oh, I'm like a garbage worker." He worked in McDonald's. These are like really blue collar, like working class type of jobs. And even though this guy was a multi-billionaire, he was somehow able to connect. And I'm just taking this from a purely business standpoint because I don't care about the whole social stuff. You guys can argue about that stuff in the comments. But from a purely business standpoint, this guy was able to connect to people who obviously, he has no connection. He was born with a silver spoon. He was born rich. His dad gave him loads of money. I'm not taking anything away from him, guys. I'm just saying like that is the case. That is the fact of the matter. So he's able to connect with people, whereas Kamala, and she was obviously born rich as well. All these politicians they're all born super wealthy. They're not able to relate to the people, guys. Kamala, who the hell could relate to her, really? I mean, she was kind of started saying at the end this type of stuff, and she was this ethnicity, and it's just like, it doesn't really matter. Like, we want to hear about, like, how can she help get people money and working, and money is what drives people. If you can tell people, hey, man, I'll make you loads of money. If you follow my program, I'll get you this, I'll get you money. People like that more than anything else, guys. More than identity politics. Way more,
Feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives.
Yeah, so I said that in the beginning as well. We should start caring about what happens in America, because it does happen in the rest of the world. Absolutely it does. But I'm just meaning like stuff of like crime, immigration, stuff that happens in the U.S. doesn't really affect us in Europe. I mean, it really doesn't. Of course, like different wars and stuff do, though.
I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex. I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things and gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line, and we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election.
True.
And so I think both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, We have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
I think we have to listen to everybody, actually. I think that I've been saying this whole time, I think the polls did not have it right? Like the spread in some of these battleground states are a little larger than some, not as close as we thought it was going to be. We thought we were going to be counting. I mean, it hasn't been called yet, but the likelihood that he gets to 270 is highly probable.
I mean, guys, even in the beginning, you could have called it. I mean, this was a very easy call. I mean, I don't know how people didn't put money on this. Like, I should have put money on this shit, guys. I should have bet at least €100. Bro, I knew about this 3 years ago. I called Joe Biden too. I said Joe Biden's going to win this. Trump ain't going to win this one. You know, you can just tell, guys, even though I know they said it was all this sort of, you know, interference. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know if that's true, but you could just call it, guys. This is an easy call. Everybody knew this, guys. This is easy, bro.
The people who voted for Kamala Harris are struggling too. They're feeling ignored too. A Republican's pain is no greater than less than a Democratic's pain. And we have a moment now where, and I'm not saying you're doing this, we can point and be like, you're the loser, I told you so. Or we can do what Donald Trump said, which I believe I have the right to feel skeptical of, that he wants to unify this country. Actions speak louder than words.
That's the opposite of what I'm saying. And I think for Van and for you and for Axe, I mean, I've been on the losing side of tough nights here and in my professional life. It's not easy to lose a race like this. One of my most crushing nights was 2012. I know it was one of your best, and one of your best because we were there in the same state together. And so I understand, and I do think that the new president has a responsibility to make the whole country feel like they can be part of a more optimistic future. I do think the way that
I agree with that. Absolutely agree with that.
This campaign was
Can't we all just get along?
Run.
If the greatest trader to have
this is
ever
this
lived
is a good kind
showed
of
you
segment. I
openly
think they're
how
kind
he
of arguing
trades, why would you do
each
the
other, though?
Was basically on the Democrats thought there were enough people who hated Trump or were willing to fear him to win the race. And it turns out there's more to being president than simply not being Donald Trump in the eyes of the American people. I'm a little worried about how Democrats are going to react. They've been told Trump is a modern day Hitler, or at least he's a fascist. And now Kamala Harris, I suspect, is going to have to wake up in the morning and concede to that person. And then she's going to have to go to the Senate and certify the election. And
which she will do.
And,
she'll do that.
And I'm a little concerned about an election in which half the country was conditioned to believe that the person who just won the national popular vote is going to be a dictator, eliminate the Constitution, and create a bloodbath, and so on and so forth. So
can I say something about that?
We have to reckon with that in the aftermath of that argument.
The thing I think is most important to remember is the people who said that he was a Hitler lover weren't Democrats. They were Republicans. People who said that he was a fascist weren't Democrats. They were Republicans who worked for him. And so it's not just these elite Democrats over here, poisoning the well. You had a pretty broad consensus from Chomsky to the Cheneys, that was very, very concerned and remains concerned. And so I think it's not just on us to stop calling names. I think it's up to him to, as Allison said, with deeds show that he's not going to be those things.
Well, you said it. It's not just the elite Democrats. It was just the elites.
I don't think
and when I look,
so you just dismiss all criticism of Trump as just elites.
I'm not dismissing it, but how do you look at these results and not conclude that the non-elite portion of this country basically said, we've had enough, and whether that was enough on the economy or enough on immigration or enough of what you did to us during COVID or enough of whatever, and so that's always been the appeal of Trump, right? Is that you all are being misled by the elites, the experts, the institutions, whatever, and so he's never going to get along with the elites, and he didn't get along with them in this election, and it looks like the people agreed with him on it.
Scott, look, I first of all, I'm always willing to be introspective about how we talk about these things and how we think about them. Polls weren't actually that wrong. I mean, you're going to look at these polls and they're going to mostly be within I think how we use polls and how we talk.
Ironically, this guy who I mean, doesn't really like Trump too much, or I don't know if he's defending him or what, is actually dressed exactly like him with the red tie and all that.
This democracy and an integrity and so on. The reason that people are worried and wary about Donald Trump is because of the way Donald Trump has behaved when he was president, after he was president, and during this campaign. And, how many times do we have a discussion about, his message as related in his campaign ads and the kind of really disturbing things that he says about jailing his opponents and shooting his opponents and so on. It's not.
He actually didn't end up jailing Hillary Clinton, even though he could have. Somebody said that before. I'm not sure. I mean, Hillary Clinton.
Not like people make that stuff up. It's concerning. Now, I would say to you that it's the responsibility of people who supported him to hold him as we should hold him to the commitments that he made to work on the problems of the American people and to not indulge in the kind of craziness that we sometimes heard from him.
Bro, I just think that the candidates that the Democrats run are just whack. Like Hillary Clinton, like Kamala, and there's loads of other ones. It's not just those two, because people will say, oh, you're talking about women. No, I'm not talking about that, guys. I'm talking about just the Democrats just have these shit. And they could have ran RFK, Robert Kennedy Jr., but he actually ended up siding with Donald Trump. So there's a whole thing, guys. It was absolutely crazy. We're going to continue on. Let's see exactly what... let's see exactly how they talk about it. So, ex-GOP official who campaigned against Trump responds to his win. So let's see. I think he gave it. Did he give a speech? Donald Trump winner speech. Did he give a speech after he won, guys? He must have given a speech, so we have to watch that. Full speech after he won. Okay. Stay tuned. Yeah, it's a weird one, guys. If they just ran anybody else, man, they could have been in for a pretty good contestant against him, if you're on that side. But they just didn't run good people, guys. I don't know, nobody even knew who Kamala Harris was, guys. We know who Joe Biden was. We know who a few of these others were. We knew who Hillary Clinton was, but she kind of also wasn't that liked. So you have to just run better people, bro. I mean, the dude is he's easily able to be beaten. Okay, he's obviously, people have diehard. I don't understand so much the whole diehard love for Donald Trump, but at the same time, guys, if he does, though, Trump will fix it. If he does fix the economy and prevents free speech, then I'm happy. Or sorry, prevents free speech, prevents the sort of censorship and kind of reinstates free speech better, then I'm happy, guys. Everything else, I'm not American, so it doesn't affect me, thankfully. But if you're American, I mean, maybe you won't like some of the things that he implements, right?
Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have.
The golden age of America. You see, he has all these these whips that people like as he's saying. So, you know, when I say, let me know your thoughts, stay away from these thoughts, and all this type of stuff, guys, like these funny sayings, like he has all these type of funny sayings that brands you well. You know, you have to have that branding, you know, with the red tie, the red hat, the whole thing, you know what I mean? It's just a branding campaign. His suit, ironically, looks just exactly like the flag. Red, white, and blue. Like, it's a whole branding as the blue. Like, you guys can see, man, it's deeper than just him winning. You know what I mean? The way he won is just unbelievable, guys. It's just a branding campaign, you know? It's just crazy.
This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again. And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes, but it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great.
Yeah, so he actually won more votes as well, and not just the electorate as well. That's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And, winning the popular vote was very nice. Very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people.
It's proper irritating, isn't it, when these ads come on? And I know you want to get back to your favorite.
The division.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, so they have a Republican Senate, Republican President, Republican... What was the other one? Republican Senate. That's Republican Congress. Let me just switch on a light real quick, guys. This shit is dark, bro. Oh, so they have a full... The Republicans have a full house, they call it, or whatever it's called.
And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much. And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races, and I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them, and sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that, nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives.
I have to Google that, but I think he's in charge. Republicans are in charge of House of Representatives, Congress, the other thing, and President. So, like, the Republicans basically have charge of everything. Alright, for the very first time in a long time, if I'm not mistaken, guys. I'm trying to get my American politics right here.
And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job. Terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
Oh yeah, thanks Chris M. That's Congress, the House. Yeah. So the Republicans are in charge of everything, correct?
Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country? Can you believe that? Oh, no, she's done a great job. Works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great help. My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous, and we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance.
Do I love this JD Vance guy? I remember like watching the interview on Joe Rogan. It seemed okay, but I preferred Vivek Ramaswamy or RFK. If RFK was his vice president, that would have been incredible, guys. I would have really preferred that. And also Vivek Ramaswamy, I think he would have been a lot better. He's like a robot, Indian, whip smart. I think he probably went to Harvard. If he didn't, he should have. You know what I mean? Vivek Ramaswamy was amazing.
And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he's a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp. And you know, the enemy camp is certain networks. And a lot of people don't like to, sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay. Which one? CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks like, he's still like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words here.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Oh, wow. Greatest economic. All right, guys, I'm going to probably leave it just there because I want to get on to reacting to... Oh, shit, laptop's going to die. I want to get on to reacting to reactors. Okay, so yeah, let me know in the comments down below who you guys think, man, Donald Trump versus Kamala. Let me know your thoughts. I might come back to it at the end of this live stream. But I want to react to these guys. They're called Riker Road. They're like reactors as well. And of course, I always love talking to reactors. Knox Hill. A bunch of different guys. Like Adam Calhoun, who's a rapper. I talked to a lot of different YouTubers from the US and just about the way they see the U.S. and the way things are going. So let me know your thoughts about that one. We're going to move on to this video and see exactly what they say about the whole reacting community on YouTube. So let's get it, guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you so much for the 100,000 subscribers, guys. I genuinely am the happiest man in the world because of this one. Whoops. I don't know if you guys can really see that. I'm trying to get it in focus, but it doesn't really let me focus the writing. It's a bit too bright. But yeah, guys, I appreciate the love and support for that. I mean, it is a hard-earned plaque, hard-earned trophy, but we got there eventually, guys. So let's keep it going with this one, man. Let me know your thoughts, and let's go.
All right, guys, a little different video tonight. Really no intro, no anything like that. We got to talk about some stuff. So I'm just going to be up front right off the rip. We're kind of done. Yeah. We will still do reactions. We are going to go through our journeys that we are still doing, you know, like the Billie Eilishes, the 21 Pilots, etc., you know, things like that. We're even going to try and jump on Lorna Shore again, finish Ronnie, like I said, you know, things like that. But once we wrap those up, I think we're just going to be album release reaction channels at that point.
Kind of like the mentality is that we've talked about it before, like, you know, if there was ever a time that, you know, reactions slowed down or if we stopped to move on to other things or whatever, that, you know, obviously if NF drops something, we're going to react to it.
Right.
When Sleep Token drops, we're going to react to it. But it's a matter of putting our efforts and our, you know, our time into things that are actually going to be able to sustain us here on YouTube and for us to be able to keep doing this, because it's steadily declining.
What the hell is he drinking out of, like a kettle? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, guys. I've noticed that like pretty much every single reactor that I used to watch has said that YouTube reacting has been declining. But I'm going to talk about it at the end. You know, I think that this is kind of a bit of a defeatist attitude. I'm not saying that these guys specifically are having the defeatist attitude, but there's ups and downs in life, guys. Like there's ups and downs in your job. There's ups and downs in this area. You know, you just got to pivot. You know, don't just focus solely on music. I do political stuff now. I do flipping everything. I'm a jack of all trades, guys. I want to react to everything on the internet. Top 10 weather storms in America. Top 50 greatest football teams in Malaysia. Like, just react to everything, guys. I don't know. These guys are very one-dimensional, it seems like.
The most polite way to put it is that people have suggested things and we have done them, and either it's just the turnout just doesn't happen, or it's either the notifications aren't sent out or people don't care, whatever. But it's just,
I'm over it.
Yeah, it's one of those that like we have tried so many different artists with you guys, and by the way, every artist that we've reacted to on this channel is phenomenal.
Correct.
It's great.
Correct.
We can't react to these different artists and bands and things and keep the channel alive. It's just not going to happen. I will say that I think that we're in a place that we can catch it and that we can try to get ourselves back onto a route. But especially going into December and January, if last year is any reflection of what will happen, numbers are just going to tank. And
yeah, December and January, YouTube just goes to shit. But then it picks back up again in March. So I'm going to be on that wavelength. I'm going to be riding that wave, guys. So stick with me. You know, don't just quit, guys. You know, quitting is the easy thing. You know, unfortunately in life, guys, you know, stuff takes about 10 years. These guys say that they've only been doing it for about 2.5 years. That's the exact same time I've been reacting to things for 2.5 years. So it just takes a long time. Everything takes a long time.
And they are, and like we do there are seasons, and we understand that, guys, that there are slow times of the year, and that is coming into that. The problem is that we actually were talking about this today on Coffee Time, is that while our subscriber count has gone down as far as a 28-day cycle, we are still gaining, quote, popularity and subscribers, but the numbers are not reflecting on hardly any of the videos.
Yeah, subscribers are going up, views are going down. That's essentially what's happening.
Yeah. And that can't really happen to keep the algorithm.
Subscribers going up, views are going down. That's interesting, guys. That's really interesting. Let's look at my analytics, shall we? Let's look at my analytics, shall we? And of course, guys, if you want to subscribe to my channel, help me out, Patreon. There's also a live link in the description. Okay, there's a live Streamlabs. There's a Streamlabs thing that I pinned right there, so you guys can go check that out, man. I pinned that message for all you guys to look at. You know, if you want to donate to my channel, you can, but you don't have to. You know what I mean? But yeah, I appreciate the love and support. Let's look at my analytics, guys. My analytics are weird because, okay, it says I've gone down. That's actually about the same it's 1.5, but it's about 2.5 because it only updates once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So it's about 2.5 thousand. My views have basically stayed the same for the last 2.5 years. They've only gone up. I'll be honest with you guys, they've only gone up from 436,000 to about 500 to 600,000 to 1.5 million for some shorts and stuff like that, but that doesn't really count. I'm talking specifically long form content. Everything is pretty good. It's on an upward trajectory. So I don't know why people quit. Let's see what their channel is doing. Let's see how their channel is doing, guys. I couldn't imagine them doing any worse than me. I mean, honestly, it feels like they're probably doing better than me. But we're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm not a big analytics kind of guy. 57 million views. I have only 16 million views. What the hell? And they only started in 2021. That's incredible. That's basically when I started. Yeah, around I actually started before them, and they have way more views than me. 2.4 million views, and they're quitting, and they've got 8,000 subscribers. Man, I wouldn't be quitting anything, bro. You know, for me, man, I just keep pushing, bro. I never give up on this stuff. And they don't even do shorts in their channel. They just do solely long form. Or do they do shorts? They do shorts. Sorry, I apologize. They do shorts, guys. But let's see. They don't really have many views from their shorts, though, do they? Yeah, barely any views from their shorts. Man, that's incredible how people give up. Man, that's incredible, bro. And they have way more views, way more subscribers, way more love, way more views every day than me. I don't know. Because in America, obviously, there's more RPM, so they push their videos more. Jesus, their channel's bigger than mine. Freaking hell. All right, let's keep it going. But I'm never giving up because I'm here forever.
Them happy, and you know, Kyle and I have talked about cutting down on stuff, and it's not that this channel won't have anything. What we're basically getting at is, look, we're going to be honest with you guys. This is my full-time job, and Kyle's trying to get it to be a full-time job. Non-music reactions, such like the SNL sketches and stuff, do give us a little bit of a higher RPM, and they don't block us. They don't do as well, but we're going to probably just start doing more things of like comedy, maybe even paranormal, things like that, because it's keeping it afloat at the moment.
Yeah.
Music reactions will be in there. They are just not going to be probably the most dominant thing.
Yeah, and I think that it's also, I want to say this.
I hate to say it that way, though.
Well, it's unfortunate, it's true, but I also do want to give some peace to people, is that just in case if you've been skipping around in the video, because I know some people like to skip ahead or just to get to the point, but 21 Pilots is still going to keep going.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish is still going to keep going. Sleep Token, when they drop, we are for sure going to do that. We're also going to try to not blow through our wads so quick with all the stuff that we do have that's left with 21 Pilots. Like, we do have a decent discography left, in my opinion, or at least a small amount that we can stretch out to have a good schedule, but we're not stopping that. You guys have continued to show up for that, and there's no reason for us to stop reacting and stop that when we're genuinely having a great time and those do perform well. You know, so it's that idea of being able to keep that up. So just rest assured that if there are journeys that we are on, more than likely we're going to finish them, assuming that you guys keep showing up, because that's the main factor. So
well, and the other thing too is, guys, is don't think that we are in a sense burnt out. Like, not really. Like, we are not burnt out. We're a little tired, but in the fact of our heart and stuff is still in this. We still enjoy this. The outcome is awful. If I'm being honest, it's shit. It's shit, and it's not aimed at directly one person or the whole people or everybody, but it's kind of, it is. Nobody's showing up. You guys aren't showing up.
Yeah,
plain and simple. And
see, I don't know if that's a good tactic to blame your audience. Like, they seem like cool guys. I don't know anything about them. I just saw them today. But if you guys want to show up, you guys can show up for the videos, man. I appreciate all the love and support, man. I've gotten nothing but love, you know, and I feel like people are just, you know, I mean, maybe their content isn't that good. Like, I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but it's like, if people aren't showing up for the videos, then it's obviously their fault, man. I wouldn't blame the host. I wouldn't blame the people that are watching your videos. I'd blame the host, right? This is a bit of a strange sort of, I don't really exactly understand what they're trying to get at here, but
I don't know how else to politely say that, but it's like you beg and beg and beg and bitch and piss and moan about things, and we do it. And it's either, well, you didn't do the live version, or you didn't do that, or it doesn't matter. Show up. I thought we were reacting to something for you guys, and also to like maybe show you some new artists that maybe you've never seen because you just enjoy the show. In my mind, this is, people come to watch a reaction of us, not just a specific one band all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's sometimes where channels fall short because they're only there for...
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole thing about reacting is, guys, like, people come to watch me, okay? They're not really coming to watch the music video per se, and not to sound, like, arrogant or something like that, but if they wanted to go watch the music video, they'd go watch the music video, guys. You know what I mean? Me just, like, bobbing my head, like, that's not good enough, guys. I have to, like, actually... like break down the music video and give my explanation why I think it's a good music song and all this type of stuff. You know, you can't just simply say, you know, that, you know, we're not, you're coming to watch the music video. You're obviously not. You're coming to watch me talk shit about it for a while, right? I mean, it's plain and simple, guys.
For that one thing, so you subscribe, but you're only here for 21 Pilots.
Well, it's interesting too because we've seen the comments before when people have said like, "Hey, man, I came here for NF, but I stayed for Sleep Token."
Yeah,
different
we
things
love
like
that.
Like that's, and I think that's one of the things that's cool about our community is that, guys, like, we have had the absolute fortune of being able to meet the most incredible people that love music as much as we do, and we've been able to have a community on here and have that. It's just one of those that it's like, okay, like, if you're going to show up for one thing, do your best to show up for all. Because again, I'm a YouTuber and I also watch YouTube. I don't watch every single thing that somebody uploads, but I always make sure that if I see them do something, I pop on there, I give them a like and a comment.
Sure.
I know how important it is. So, you know, for different times that we've done,
I do that as well. You know what I mean? You gotta give love to the community, and I'm only giving nothing but love to these guys. I don't want to make this seem like I'm, you know, berating them in any way or anything like that, guys, because it's a small community. The reacting community is quite a small community. People that actually do it full time, like obviously like myself, guys. People that just do it and they don't have many subscribers or many views and stuff, it's different. But people that actually do it full time, it's a very small community, guys. To get people to actually like what you're saying enough to watch you full time, you know what I mean?
And you know, bands that people are like, oh, I didn't like this one or that. It's like, well, no, still show up for that one. We'll get to the one that you want. You know, like, it's that whole idea of that if you do right by us, we'll do right by you. But and also clarification too, because a lot of people look at some of these reactions that, you know, have performed terribly, and they look at them now and there's 20,000 views or there's 30,000 views.
It took 6 months to get that.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even for my videos, guys, people are like, oh, you don't get many views in the first few hours. Guys, go look at some of my catalog, man. Just because I don't get views that day, like, it builds up, man. Sometimes it takes a week, and I might have 10,000 views, 20,000 views, which is like, that's not that bad, guys. That's okay. Like, I'm still building as a channel. I'm still building as a creator. I'm trying to give back as much as possible, but you gotta be patient with it, guys. People want to rush through life, rush to this, and then they don't even know where they're heading. You know, you gotta be patient.
It's also the main thing is that the first day of upload, the first 8 hours is the most crucial. We see everything happen live in YouTube Studio when things bomb, and the reason why we don't do certain things anymore. It's not because of favoritism. It's not because we don't want to. Like, there's plenty of bands and artists that we have reacted to, like Whit Lowry and Dance Gavin Dance and all these other bands and artists that have just been phenomenal. Melanie, like, if you guys don't show up, we can't keep going. So
I'll be honest with you guys, I like when nobody shows up. I feel like I just have to put more work in, and I love the work. You know, these guys put up 1 video a day, I put up 4 plus 2 shorts. I love working, guys. I work all day on this YouTube shit. I don't give a shit, guys. I want to be the biggest goddamn reactor in the world. Let's make YouTube great again. Make the reacting community great again. No, I'm kidding, guys. But, you know, we need to make it so that people want to watch us. You know what I mean? And that's our job. You know, I think that blaming people for not showing up to the reactions, I think that's like a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, you guys gotta make it, you know, that people want to show up for the reactions. You understand, guys? Like, that's my job. If people aren't showing up for the videos, that's my fault. That ain't the people's fault. That's my fault, you know?
Oh, and we don't just one and done them. Like, we give it several times to be like, well, maybe that just wasn't the banger, or maybe that wasn't the thing. Like, we try. We try, guys, and we have to put our efforts somewhere else. We have been grinding kind of on other things, and I think the problem is we've been slowly drowning right now, that we've taken the focus off of the other things we wanted to grind on, which is the Detour, the Cavecast, Patreon, Twitch.
I upload to Patreon every single day if you guys want to go over to Patreon. And I actually post a lot more risque content there, guys, more controversial content. So check out my Patreon. But yeah, man, it's funny. This guy, Kyle, looks like the hip-hop head, because most, like, nerdy white guys love rap music. And then the guy on the right, Eric, he looks like the metal head with all the tattoos and stuff. I feel like those guys should be swapped. I feel like they should swap right now. Their titles, metalhead, hip-hop head. I'm obviously a die-hard hip-hop head, but I do everything, guys. I do hip-hop, metal, shit. I'll react to your grandma singing in the shower. I'll react to anything, guys. I don't give a shit, bro. You know what I mean? I'll react to goddamn your dog taking a shit in the yard, in the lawn. I'll react to goddamn, police arresting people. I'll react to shootings. I'll react to goddamn people drinking milk, eating videos. I'll react to anything, guys. That's just because what I love to do, man. That's and obviously I love to do other shit as well, political stuff, talk about politics and stuff. So it's not just one-dimensional. I think that people think on YouTube it's just one-dimensional thing. I can only be a music reactor. I can only be a geography reactor. I can only be a voice coach reactor. I can only be a singing reactor. I can only be a flipping car reactor. I can only be a car mechanic. Whatever, guys. How many genres? I can only be an electrician. You have to be very broad in 2024. You know what I mean? Because people aren't watching, people aren't showing up to watch your stuff if you're not very diverse and broad,
Kick, if I'm going to start that, all of these things, we can't keep this afloat for all of the other things either if you're not showing up for this.
Yeah.
And there's also this false sense of, well, just have all of your followers come over. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. I have nowhere close to 300,000 followers on Twitch.
And
I don't even have 1,000 followers on Instagram. The people, I'll tell you something, guys, because I remember some idiots, bro, from the city I live in. Of course, the home city, people talk shit, right? The city I live in, they're like, why does this guy have so many followers on YouTube when he doesn't have followers on Instagram? I don't post to Instagram. And that's where my fitness content is, guys. That's where I do bodybuilding and coach my trainers. But here's the thing, bro. It doesn't translate. People on Instagram that have millions of followers, they come over to YouTube. They don't have any followers on YouTube. It takes them, or at least it takes them a while to build up the following. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's funny, man. Hello and hey and hello from Germany. Much love to Germany from Ireland. I guess laughing at the messed up truth is something Celtic, German, European indeed. Yeah, much love AC, who cares too. But like I said, guys, if you have a massive following on Twitch, it doesn't mean you're going to have a big following on Patreon. Doesn't mean you're going to have a big following on YouTube. Doesn't mean you're going to have a big following on Instagram. Having a big following on Instagram and Twitter doesn't mean you're going to have a big following on YouTube, and vice versa. People think that if you have a big following on YouTube, you're going to have a big following on Instagram. It doesn't work like that, guys. I don't post the same content on Instagram that I post on YouTube. YouTube is a better platform, let's say. It's a bigger platform than Instagram, much bigger, like 10 times bigger, right? But also it's a voice and talking platform. People come over here to talk, listen to people, hear what they have to say. Like on Instagram, it's just pictures. And most time, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, when you see a lot of these Instagrammers, when they actually speak on camera, they sound like idiots, bro. They can't even speak English properly. It's a whole thing, bro. It's a whole thing. So, and vice versa, guys. I'm not good at taking pictures. I'm really not this sort of scenic guy where I line up the shots perfectly and stuff like that. So it's a give and take. You know what I mean?
It's even
so it doesn't work that way.
Well, especially even the past two when I did TikTok and you could say I blew up on there. I had that misconception because I was like, oh, I'll jump over to YouTube and then all 260,000 people will follow me.
When it was like fresh and new, yeah.
Right, and the thing is, there was
and YouTube has less bots and less bot farms than TikTok. People that have 1 million followers on TikTok means nothing. I would rather have 100,000 followers on YouTube than 10 million, 20 million followers on TikTok. TikTok doesn't equate to shit, guys. It's really not a good following. YouTube is the best following. The second best is Instagram. Instagram's a great following to have, but YouTube is the best following to have. People are loyal. People comment. People look at your live streams. People tune in. You know, you can do many different things. You're versatile. Like, you know, this whole thing of having TikTok following is just nonsense, bro. TikTok is ridiculous. You can have millions of followers on TikTok and nobody would even care, guys. This is not even a thing, bro. Unfortunately, you know, it's shit following, bro. It's like Chinese bot farms or something.
All 260,000 people will follow me
when it was like fresh and new. Yeah,
right. And the thing is, yeah, there was a surge of people that did follow, but the Campfire has 14,000 subscribers. It doesn't have 230,000. That's only a small percentage. So it's just, no matter what, it's a grind. And it's especially too is that, you know, we talked about this earlier today, was that thinking about how everything has gone and where we're at on Riker Road. You know, it's kind of like, damn, like I could have been putting my efforts elsewhere. Like we could have been building, you know, our actual career on YouTube, but it's just, unfortunately, that's how it happened. But I also would say it's not unfortunate because we have experienced incredible things on this channel. I'm at the love of my life on this channel. Like Ronnie Radke has said the amazing things that he said about us. Tommy Prophet has said,
bro, that's the thing, bro. I've had Tom McDonald say epic things about me. I've had Chris Webby talk to me. Like all these great rappers that I love and respect reach out to me and say I love the content. So, you know, it is good in that regard. It doesn't pay your bills, but like, I mean, hey man, how do you want to live your life? You want to be, you know, a big character. What is it that you want to do, man? You know, and that's what I would tell these guys, man. Honestly, you know, you got the love of your life right there. That's pretty good. I would say that's pretty damn good, guys.
Amazing things about us. Like, it's just, it's something that we don't get, but it's like, oh my God, like these amazing things happen. But in the same hand, I think it's that delegating and being like, no, like we had our time over here. We're doing this, like, you know, like this, and this. We need to give this much percentage more over to another thing.
Right.
You know, it's just, it sucks, guys. Like I don't.
And that's what I'm doing over on Instagram. Go, if you guys are into fitness at all, go over to my Instagram. I'm going to post every single day about fitness content, other stuff like that. If you guys enjoy fitness stuff, go over there. I sell fitness personal training programs. You know, I work out every single day. I try and motivate people. So I'll see you guys over on Instagram as well. Go subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram.
I don't like having to make videos like this. I don't like having to address you guys in this way and being like, hey, sorry, we have to stop doing this at some point or soon or whatever. But I can guarantee you that if you were on our end seeing how this runs and seeing how everything happens, you probably would have quit a long time ago, if I'm being honest. Like, we have done everything we possibly can. We have uploaded every day for almost 2.5 years besides the week I got COVID.
I've uploaded every single day for the past 2.5 years as well. And I've actually uploaded 4 or 5 videos. I've actually downplayed. I used to upload 20 videos a day, 10 videos a day. I was out of my mind crazy, guys. I remember one day I uploaded 25 videos on Christmas Day. I think it was like 2021 maybe I did that. Some crazy shit, guys, I was doing. It was insane. So obviously I took the numbers down a lot from that. But yeah, I upload a shitload as well, and I do shorts as well every day. Like, I put a lot of work into this, guys. You know, and it's not a huge reward. I mean, it's okay reward. I love to do it. It's my favorite thing in the world. You really have to love and, you know, respect what you get to do. Like, you get to talk on camera for a living. I mean, that's the best thing in the world. So I don't know, I wouldn't be complaining. Guys, let me tell you something. I haven't once complained on this channel to any of my following ever. Everything's going amazing. I'm living a perfect existence. I'm happy with stuff. Guys, nothing is perfect, unfortunately, but, you know, if you have your health and all that stuff, everything else comes second. I got the 100,000 subscribers. I'm living life pretty happy. You know, just be content with what you're doing and put a massive amount of work in, guys. Put thousands of hours of work in a week, bro.
And we've had people that have asked us, like, hey, man, like, where'd you guys go? I thought you guys, like, got off YouTube or whatever. Like,
you've been here every day.
And to take the focus off the audience, guys, like, we are battling the algorithm that does not like reactors. And
not anymore.
It's just, it's the fact of that, no, man, like, 90% of the people that I've talked to, like even my buddy Adam at work, he was like, no, man, he's like, I never get notified whenever you upload. So we like, there are so many factors against us, and that's just a normal YouTube problem, let alone being a reactor.
Right.
So this is like, I know for me, with kind of like wrapping up my thoughts is that, guys, we make videos, watch them. If you enjoy what we're doing, we like just watch them, enjoy them. And if there's something that you do want to see as far as us doing like non-music stuff, let us know what it is, because we want to keep making videos. This is fun. I love doing this stuff.
Right. That's what I was saying. Don't get it twisted. It's not that it's not fun anymore. This just, it's fun, and we are good at this. Sorry. Like, sorry to toot our own horns, but like, We are good at this. We are funny. We do know our shit when it comes to music, mostly. Like, it's just the fact of, it's just, we haven't done anything different. YouTube is pissed. We figured out their program here, and they went, nope, I'm telling you. They went, oh, you got it figured out? Sorry, let me just take this from you or switch things around. That's what they do.
Yeah.
This is fun for us, or we wouldn't still be here. I wouldn't have built all of this because it wasn't fun anymore.
Let alone the 2 other studios that are in the house as well, too. So, yeah.
So, guys, go to the Detour. We're trying. We are trying to make sure that we get content to you all the time. It might not be 8, 10, 12-minute videos or reactions, but they're vlogs. There's funny stuff. There's food stuff. We are getting back in the swing of that. Follow the Cavecast, because we do things on there, whether it's either topic-based or just turn on microphone.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. My laptop is taking a shit in itself. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I love you all. And hopefully in the next video, guys, we have loads more to come, man. All right, peace.